Hey guys, welcome back to the Watches and Giggles channel. I'm Chris from Chicago. First off, as always, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. Okay, everyone, in today's vid, we're going to talk about my experience at an authorized dealer downtown Chicago. It was my 40th birthday the other day, August 18th, last Wednesday, and my family was kind enough to accompany me on what I wanted to do, and that was go downtown through a bunch of watch stores, specifically Rolex, and just have some fun trying watches and look at watches. In this vid, guys, if you're familiar with this channel, we just talk about it. There's no, pop-ups in the corner here of watch pictures. It's just really us chatting, more of a podcast, I guess. But I do have my three-piece Rolex collection laid out for you. So a little bit of eye candy for you guys to look at. But before we get into that, we will see what I'm wearing. And today, guys, I have on my Omega Speedmaster, the Speedy. This is not the 3861. This is the 1861 on the 3861 bracelet. And if you have the 1861 or the 1863, personally, I highly recommend you pulling the trigger on the new bracelet. It makes it much more wearable, enjoyable. I do have a 7.5-inch wrist, if I can get far enough away so you can see how it lays. But it's really nice. It makes it even lighter, much more comfortable, and I really enjoy the new bracelet. You can get it for $700 shipped out. Just call Omega. No games like Rolex, and they will ship out the watch to you. Did take about 3 weeks because they were back ordered, because I think a lot of people are catching on how nice this bracelet actually is. No, it's not as good as a Jubilee. We'll get that out of the way, but it is very good. But anyways, guys, let's get into it. So last Wednesday, August 18th, went downtown to look at a bunch of watches, and funny enough, there's only 2 authorized dealers in Chicago now, the boutique on Michigan Avenue and an authorized dealer on Oak Street. And the boutique on Michigan Avenue, you can't even go in without an appointment, which I didn't realize. So short process there, didn't get to look at anything because you have to make an appointment to see any watches at all, which I thought was kind of crazy, but okay. So moved on from there, went to the only other authorized dealer. This is on Oak Street in Chicago, Rancy Jewelers, R-A-N-Y. That's how you spell it if I'm not saying it correctly. But very kind. You can just walk in there. Had my baby, had my kid with me, my baby boy, my wife with the big stroller, and they let us in. And it was a very nice experience overall. And I did learn a few more things that I didn't realize. And every Rolex authorized dealer kind of can do their own thing a little bit, as they're not dictated by Rolex on who or how or why or, who they have to sell their watches to. They can kind of implement their own plan, even though Rolex does have some guidelines. But I think we all know that that's not going according to plan. But anyway, so walked in there. I did state, hey, it's my 40th birthday today. It's a big one, 40. And the watch I'm looking to add, I was very specific, is the Rolex Explorer 2, the black dial. Really like the new black dial, and for a few specific reasons. One, the bracelet is a little wider, like they widened it, like on the new 41 millimeter Submariner. The clasp is a little bit wider as well. And the dial on that is now, instead of a matte finish, it's more of a glossy finish, which I think is cool because they got rid of the floating hands and now they're all white gold. So I think it pops more. Also, the writing on the dial is a little more vivid, like going from regular TV to 4K TV. It just looks spectacular in my opinion. But stated that I wanted that watch, and the first thing she did was, oh, okay, we don't have any of those in, but she was very kind. The lady that helped me sat down, showed me a bunch of watches. One will be in the thumbnail of this picture. It was a Rolex Pepsi Meteorite dial, which was obviously already spoken for. Otherwise, I would have bought it. Also showed me the new Pepsi that came out on the Oyster bracelet, which was beautiful. Obviously, couldn't buy it. What else did I see? I saw the Explorer 2, the new Polar. I actually had that in, which was spoken for already. And a few other watches, some ladies' watches that they showed me and my wife. But specifically, to get a steel sports Rolex, I mean, let's start off with, you can't really even buy anything now. Even 36 millimeters Datejust are allocated, which is crazy. Two-tone watches, None. I mean, there was nothing in there, nothing in the cases, guys. Absolutely nothing, which was crazy. A couple 31 millimeter ladies watches, and that's it. And solid gold watches, guys, they're just as hot as steel watches, really. Now, it is insane. But to go about buying a Steel Sports, they were very upfront with me. First, really, you need a purchase history, which I'm glad they were upfront with, which is fine, which I actually do. Actually bought a watch from them back in 2018, so did look that up with my information and saw that that was correct. So, okay, so I got that. You know, it's been a while since I bought anything, so they recommended I buy something to reactivate it, you know. Very upfront, but basically, you know, you want to play, you got to pay. So you got to buy some other stuff. They do sell jewelry there. So, you know, I get it, guys, supply and demand. Secondly, which I thought was even more crazy, is that they are going to consider me for the watch. I'm not sure what that means, but I think I'm on, you know, a list. But if they do call you for the watch, which this is what really kind of blew my hair back, you need to send a wire. Yeah, they're not even messing around with credit cards, debit cards, nothing. If you want to buy the watch, they call you, you send a wire over, they give you instructions on how to do that, and then you pick it up, you know, whenever you can. Obviously, you already bought the watch, but I thought that was interesting. So I wanted to, you know, ask you guys, comment below if any of your authorized dealers are implementing that plan. Now, I don't have a great relationship with this authorized dealer. I do have a purchase history, but some of you guys know that watch this channel regularly that my authorized dealer has moved out of Chicago. So, and that was James & Sons on Halstead, unfortunately. I had a great relationship, was able to buy these 3 watches from them, all at retail, which very kind of them to sell them to me. That was back in 2018 and 19, really early 2019. So very fortunate to own this collection of Rolex. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. So basically, 1, spending history. 2, you got to buy some other stuff mostly. And 3, looks like for this authorized dealer, if you are lucky enough to be chosen to buy a Steel Sports watch, when they call you, you need to send a wire right away. So I don't know, nothing groundbreaking here, guys, but I thought that was interesting and wanted to share it with you. I did have a lot of fun, let me try it on a lot of watches, and they were very kind. So I thank them very much for that experience on my birthday. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to share that experience with you. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's safe, and I hope everyone's healthy. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Take care.